Okay, let me get a sip of my coffee and we'll get going here. Hope everyone out there had a good day. Let's see. So we're trying not to get into a fight with weapon because we will lose probably right now.
Is this my line?
Yeah, it's your line.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't even mute the mic even though I should have.
Oh, you were having such a good sense of humor about it. I'm so proud of you. Good job, Amy.
The wife's in the background playing high school games. Okay, so anyways, we don't want to get into a fight with weapon because we'll probably lose right now. But we're trying to find the red submarine. So the goal is find red submarine, don't get in a fight with weapon. There must be something above me here. Hot girls?
Yeah, like what you friends would be recommended to you if you like a dude.
Oh.
Just like rando hot girls. Why? It's girls I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Friend suggestions. I'm like,
mine is like maybe one or two of those, but then it's like people who I know, but it's like how does it know that I know them? You think? But I didn't. But I never gave it permission to look at the contacts in my phone. Come on, Chris. You think you gotta give it permission? You of all people. It's so true. Alright, where's this red submarine at? Oh, there's weapon. We do not want that to happen. Gotta keep an eye on him. This boy needs to go to bed. I'm just messing, buddy. I'm okay with Mom letting you go see the northern lights. Hopefully you guys can see them. There. There. No damage appears to have been sustained. Phew, that's good to hear.
Oh, she can see me.
Yes.
So I want to make a line on the wall
Yes, they can see you. They can see him too. They can see everything. What's up, Sniper? Nice to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Graveyard Shift? Oops, I'm not healed. So my attempt to best weapon with Infinite Omni Slash failed. Oh, I'm sorry. Bummer. He still stomps your butt on his turn. Still don't have the HP and materia. Okay. I avoided him like the plague. I sure hope my big dog didn't eat the whole bone. Hopefully my wife took it away already. Wait, Kaiser. If you're gonna kick those out of my rocket, then take me with you. My son and my wife are going out to try to see the northern lights. Thank you, Sniper. Thank you for being here. Let's see if I can find my notes on what I need to do here. Aurora Borealis at this time of year, at this time of day, localized entirely in your kitchen. May I see it? I must not be following or something. I don't know. They went outside. We live in the country, so they should only have to drive so far before they don't have interfering lights. And supposedly you can see it tonight. Supposedly you're supposed to be able to see it tonight. Oh, Simpsons reference. Okay, I was like, dang, dude, I'm so lost. We will eliminate everyone who gets in Shinra's way. Oh, if I don't have steel, we're in trouble here. Oh, okay, I do. Nope. Huh?
Get out.
Alright guys, I gotta go outside for a sec. You must be able to see it or something. I'll be back. That's pretty cool. You really can see it. You really can see the Aurora Borealis right now. Like, it's super red. That's pretty cool. I didn't look at it too long though, because me and my wife are gonna go see it closer someday. So I don't want to ruin that experience with a mediocre one. But yeah, the sky's red and green. It's pretty crazy. My wife got some pretty good footage of it. Maybe I'll upload it onto my computer and share it with y'all. Not tonight, but
Oh, it's not my license.
I can't hear you.
I didn't license it.
License it? That's actually my footage. Just like that's my hair. You can go to bed now. No, I'm just kidding. I love you. Huh? Stop. She's being bad. Okay. What are you talking about? We're gonna load a materia bomb in this and blow up Meteor. Our rocket's gonna save the planet. Man, this is cool. Wait a minute. Shut up, just shut the heck up. How's the rocket? It's pretty much okay, but we plan to run it into Meteor on autopilot, but the most important device is broken. Broken? How's the repair going? Shira's doing it. Oh great, what a bunch of wizards you guys are. She's gonna take 100 years. I'll take over, so don't worry about the autopilot. Hey, go ahead, everyone. Go ahead. Go tell everyone. All right, Captain. Good luck. What's up, Sir Cal? I don't know if I said what's up. I was outside looking at the northern lights. Hey, Sir Cal, what are you doing? There are generations of knowledge and wisdom inside the materia. We're gonna borrow their powers and save the planet from Sephiroth. There's no way that we can lose the huge materia. You understand that, right? Yeah, I understand. I understand that materia is precious, and I also understand that what you're thinking. But listen, I don't give a rat's whether it's science or magical power. No, I guess if I had to choose, I'd rather put my money on the power of science. Humans only used to walk around on the ground, but now they can fly. And finally, we're about to go into outer space. Science is a power created and developed by humans, and science just might be what saves this planet. I was able to earn my living thanks to science, so to me, there's nothing greater. Now, quit your worrying about what Shinra's gonna do. I don't want to regret not having done something later. But Sir Cal, shut that. I don't want to hear it. Alright, time to get to work. Anyone who ain't involved, get the heck out of here. What the heck? What the heck's happening? Palmer, what the heck did you do? They said they finished repairing the autopilot, so I launched it. God dang, Shira, why did she pick today to get fast? Damn, won't even budge. It's completely locked up. Hey, almost liftoff. What the? No countdown? It just seems the same with it. It just don't seem the same without it. Hey, blast off. And that was the end of Cloud. He was launched into the comet, or the meteor. And they saved the world. And Final Fantasy, the end. I remember the last time I got launched into outer space without any warning. I finally made it. Outer space. Let's see how's the course set. Yep, it's headed for a collision with the meteor. We're in space now? A long rest? That damn Palmer went out of his way to lock the autopilot device. We might not be able to change course. Is this the end? Huh? What the heck are you saying? You're still young. Don't give up so easily. I'm not gonna crash into meteor. Just watch. I keep an escape pod on this rocket just for emergencies like this. I deciphered the lock code on the escape pod wheel bell right before we crash into meteor. Then the remaining question is what to do with the huge materia. Sir Cal, if you want the materia, do whatever you want. The materia should be there after you climb that ladder. You sure? I don't know. I know what I said a minute ago. But maybe all that we really wanted was just to go into outer space. So why don't you all do whatever you think is right? Climb that ladder. This ladder? This ladder? It's structured so that the lock can only be opened when we enter the passcode from the control panel. I'm gonna have to restart. It's not what the dude told me yesterday is not working for me. Go on, please. Go. It didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work. It wouldn't even let me choose Y. I was trying to push Y. Y wasn't even working. I have no clue what was going on there. Something was wrong. I don't know what's wrong. We'll try again, I guess. Yeah, Y wasn't even being, like, entering as a code at all. Like, when I pressed Y, it wouldn't actually do it. I think I remember this being glitchy for me. Okay, thank you. At least that makes me feel a little better about it. This is the type of stuff that pisses me off. Like, I don't deal well with things that are supposed to work and they don't work. Like, that stuff irritates me so badly. Thank you, Flightless. The keys are BXAA. The code for the PC version is switch cancel. The code for the PC version is switch cancel. I have B, X, A, and Y on my controller. I'll show you the controller. Maybe you can see it. Oh. Okay, so Y, B, X, A. It's hard to see. Anyways, I'll give it a try again and we'll see if I can get it. Even though it frustrates the heck out of me, I do have the patience to keep trying. But by the time I get it, if I keep trying, I'll probably be ready to quit for the night. Because I'll be so annoyed by the time I get it. What is LB? My top buttons aren't working, so if it's my top buttons, I don't believe are working. Well, one of my top buttons on my controller is not working. In fact, I need to write that down, that I need to order a new controller. I'm pretty sure my son broke this thing playing Fortnite. He swears he didn't, but it was working before. New controller. Switch, cancel, enter, huh? So it's insert, switch, cancel, insert C, enter, which would be XX. Hey, at least you aren't missing multiple 75 to 87% hits and having the enemy hit you twice in a row with a below 30% chance. That was my today in Final Fantasy Tactics. Dude, I want to play Tactics so bad. I wish I had the money for it. Oh well. It is what it is. Oh, the DS one? Right on. Oh, don't hit him. Oh, did I get it? I must have stole it. I missed it. Yeah, Game Boy Advance. I knew what you meant. Alright, let's just finish it. I was trying not to use my limit break, but whatever. Dang, that thing's cool. I always call the wife and the son's Switches DS's. I'm like, where's your guys' DS? And she's like, you mean our Switch? And I'm like, yeah, that thing. that thing, that's what I'm talking about. Yay, good. I don't feel so bad then. Nah, you're all good, man. I do the same type of stuff. I guess I can just repeat myself. I was kind of hoping I'd get more of my regulars here. But I'll just announce it again when I have other people here. But I just wanted to let people know that I'm starting to work more. I've started to take like some side job stuff on, and also next year, I think I decided that I'm gonna ask the school about the maintenance job that's gonna open up next year. So I just say that to say that. And also there's so many things. I'm starting to work more. I'm thinking about taking that job next year. And also I've started to do a lot more reading lately and stuff. But I say all that to say that I don't know that the streams every night is going to continue. I know I take breaks every once in a while, anyways. But I'm always like trying to stream every day, basically, and I'm not sure that I'm going to continue to do that. So I still plan on streaming every once in a while, even if everything changes. You know, maybe a couple times a week, but I don't know. At one point, I usually stream once a week, so you already got me. I'll try to be here when I can, my friend. Right on, I appreciate it. Yeah, like whenever I see, oftentimes you're streaming when I'm doing like cleaning the house and stuff. It seems that's just how it ends up. And I always try to come in, but so ditto. I do the same for you. When I can, I'm there. But I'm just saying that I don't know. Streaming is starting to not be as much of a priority for me. I've started investing. I'm mainly invested in crypto right now, but I'm about to start investing in index funds and stuff like that as well. And I've been thinking a lot about like me and my wife having a good enough retirement to be able to kind of chill out. And so I'm just like, my focuses are changing a lot. And then also, sometimes I'm just not feeling it and I get on anyways, and I shouldn't do that. I mean, let's be honest. If I don't feel like it, I shouldn't be getting on. Because I want to enjoy it. So, and not that I don't, I mean, even when I make myself get on, when I'm not really feeling it, I do enjoy it once I do it. It's not that, I shouldn't say I don't enjoy it, but initially sometimes I don't really feel like it, and I think when I don't feel like it, I just shouldn't worry about it. It'd be different if it was like what paid the bills or something, you know, but that's not the case. And yeah, you know, I gotta worry about other things. See, that should have been it. It is definitely not working. See, triangle is not doing it, or Y is not doing anything. Alright, let me look up here where you said that other thing. A, B, B. That worked! Thank you, Flightless. You're the best. Alright, Kaiser, it's unlocked. Yep, my great advice saved the day. Uh-huh. Alright. Thank you, Flightless. When you said the A, L, B, 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 that one worked. Thank you. Let's see. Bro, if they drop 2K on us, I'm buying physical gold with it. If they drop 2K on us, I'm buying physical gold with it. 2K on us? What are they dropping 2K on? There's different version. versions that have different codes. Oh, okay. Not sure if anyone mentioned it. Oh, okay, cool. What do you mean if they drop 2K on us? Are they talking about like some kind of like assistance thing? Or is that what you're talking about? If you're talking about some kind of assistance thing, I'm taking it, and then after I take it and cash it, I'm declaring myself a sovereign citizen. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, but for real, it's like, thank you, and also I am no longer a part of this mess that you got going on. Oh, a tariff rebate. Interesting. Need pro tips? I think I'm doing all right. I don't know. The tariff stuff maybe bothers me a little bit, like, but I understand the purpose, and I think a lot of people, they're just like, oh, this is all bad, and it's like, well, you got to understand the purpose of it. Yeah, I got the huge materia. They said the same about Doge cuts too. No, I can't lift it. Like, I mean, even if, so I think there's already a bunch of companies that have come back to the United States. So I would argue it's actually already been a success in some terms. But I understand that, you know, as Americans, everyone wants, like, ultimate satisfaction. which in itself is a problem, but whatever. But let's see, didn't Apple bring a big portion of their company back? Did Apple come back to So let's see. This says that Apple has made a commitment of $600 billion over 4 years to boost American production in components and advanced technology in the United States. That was August 6th, 2025. And then I think there's a couple other companies that I heard have done similar things. So anyways, I mean, I could keep looking up. I'm sure I'd find the other ones. I just like look up stuff that I remember hearing about. But I remembered hearing about that Apple one in particular, and I'm sure if I took the time I could find more, and I will if you guys want me to. But that's really the purpose, right? The purpose is to try to get jobs back here, which I understand. And yeah, that requires sacrifice. And I mean, I don't know. I also think that this is like a difference in ideology of people. Like if you have a family and you're a father, then you understand like sacrifice for like the greater good, usually. Or even a mother who has a family. But I think that if you're like someone who's just like living for yourself and like you only want the best for yourself, and you're like the type of person who's like, I don't even want kids, I hate kids, blah blah blah, or I hate America, or I'll just move, or all these things, then yeah, I mean, I understand why you don't like the idea, because you don't care anyways. So but I understand the idea, and I understand the sacrifice of it. It's the huge materia. it's so big. I can't do a good one. I wish I could. I need to practice, because it's probably one of the greatest impersonations to be able to do. But I feel stupid even trying to do it, because there's so many people who do it so well. Talk to the old guy 3 times after this for Sid's ultimate weapon. Thank you, Crisco. I concur. The goal was for jobs here. Did you steal from Reno and Rude? I stole from Reno, or one of them, but I haven't encountered the other one yet. Don't worry about me. Hurry up and go. If you don't hurry, the rocket's gonna crash into Meteor. I can't go without my friends. No time to worry about other people. I'm gonna do whatever I can. You're stupid. You're really freaking stupid. Tank number 8 blew up, so tank number 8 really was malfunctioning. Shira, you were right. Of course she was right. This is the end for me. Don't say that, Sir Cal. They say, sir, your materia mastery is beyond reproach. We've got the best materia. They say, sir, your materia mastery is beyond reproach. See, and another thing is, like, I couldn't practice it. I feel like if you're gonna, like, get good at impersonations, you almost gotta, like, record yourself and then watch yourself, because you know how your voice sounds different? Like, when you listen to your own voice, you never like it. I think it's very similar with impersonations, where it's like you don't even know if it's sounding good until you listen to it secondhand almost. Like, me hearing my voice right now is not at all what I feel like my voice sounds like when I hear it, if that makes sense. I think most people feel that way. I tagged along. I'm coming to help you. Did he just call her a B word? I think he just called her a B word, guys. Sir Cal's mean. The escape pod is this way. Please hurry. I mean, what else did he call her? China. Hurry, I'm going to detach the escape pod. Hey, Shara, does this pod really fly? It'll be okay. I've checked it. Then I'm relieved. Thanks. I don't know if any of you guys ever think about, like, just watching the world, like what's going on in real life as like a video game. But sometimes I do just think of it like detach myself from it and just watch it. Most of the time I don't think that way, because I'm actually in it. But sometimes I think that way, of just like pull back and just watch. And when I pull back and just watch, it's pretty damn amusing. Like, it's pretty amusing. However, it's probably not the best way to look at things. Gotta sleep, my friend. Thanks, Kaiser, and everyone. Thank you, Flightless. I hope you have a good night's sleep. We're closing in on the in-game grinding soon. You're killing all weapons and getting... We're closing in on the in-game soon. In-game grinding soon. You killing all weapons and getting KOTR. I don't know what KOTR is, but sure, let's do it. I'm definitely gonna try. And you know how I like grinding. a few side quests after this if you want to. Grinding's my jam. I need to put the neck massager on my neck tonight if I can remember. I'm usually so tired when I get off I forget. But man, do I need to. Oh no, if that guy's shaking his head, we're in trouble. Knights of the Round Table. Knights of the Round. I remember, but I don't remember. Don't ruin it for me though. Because I do remember. I remember the name, but I don't remember what it is. So don't tell me. Rufus and the others' plan was a failure. Knights of the Round is a summons, right? It's like a multiple summons. What a bust, but I kinda hoped it'd work. We've been bothering them as much as we can, but there ain't no other way. Wonder if we've been wrong all this time. Makes you worry, doesn't it? Don't worry, think. Hey, the girl's right. You start worrying and there's no stopping it. Things just start falling apart and get worse and worse. You're pretty damn optimistic. You up to something? Yeah, I've been thinking about this and that. All the time we've been up here, looking at the planet, I've been thinking even when we were floating in the ocean in that escape pod. I've been thinking too, about the universe, planet, ocean, how wide and big, no matter where I go and what I do, it won't change a thing. Maybe you're right, but I came up with something different. I always thought the planet was so huge, but looking at it from space, I realized it's so small. We're just floating in the dark, kind of makes you feel powerless. On top of that, it's got Sephiroth festering inside it like a sickness. That's why I say the planet's still a kid. The little kid is sick and trembling in the middle of this huge universe. Someone's got to protect it. You follow me? That someone is us. Sir Cal, that's beautiful. Yo, Sir Cal, you even got to me. Now what? How are we gonna protect the planet from Meteor? I'm still thinking about that. Was it this game that Sir Cal was... I can't remember if it was this game that we were thinking Sir Cal wasn't going to be like kind of a main character, and then we made him Sid, and Sid's totally like a main character in this game, like actually more than most of the other ones, which is kind of funny because Sir Cal was like, could I get a main character in one of the next games? And then we made him Sid, and that's like arguably one of the main characters. I'm still thinking about that. Huh. No. Stay out. Did you hear something? Maybe it's the planet's scream, or is it Meteor? Hey, how do you know that this is the planet's scream? Did you forget? Bugenhagen told us. Bugenhagen. Let's go see Grandfather to Cosmos Canyon. I'm sure he'll be able to tell us something that will be helpful. Isn't he dead when we get there? Or does he die after we get there? Maybe it's just me, but has this ship been remodeled without me knowing it? All these switches and levers, they're kind of getting to me. No. No. Hey. No. You're not going in the room. Lay down. My dog went to the groomer today. My old dog. That's his favorite thing. He loves it so much. He loves going to the groomer. When we get there, he's like so happy. I just 3x'd all the way through the inn last night. Started grinding magic pots and bouncing rocks for materia mastery. Yeah, it takes a lot of choco breeding and racing to get. Oh, cool. Yeah, I like that. That's actually one of my. I'm a dork, but that's one of my favorite parts of this game was doing the whole breeding of the chocobos. I messed with that forever last time I played this game, which was like the first time I ever played this game. I mess with the chocobo stuff a lot. First, go back to the Rocket Town and get Cid's ultimate weapon. Talk to the old guy 3 times. Think there's only 6 characters in Final Fantasy VIII. Oh, wow. Side quests are you can go to Wutai and can get the underwater plane. You can go to the underwater plane and can breed chocobos going to Cosmo Canyon. Will start the chain of events for in-game. Okay. Now, if I start the chain of events for in-game, does that, like, stop me from doing other things? Like, if I go to Cosmo Canyon, are there things that are, like, side quests that I can no longer do? Can you guys imagine the rap music playing in the airship? Sorry, I'm a dork. Me and my son were arguing about, well, we weren't really arguing. We were joking with each other about music earlier because I used to listen to rap music when I was a kid and now he listens to rap music. But now, you know, like, I mean, even when I was a kid, it was still trash. I just didn't know it was trash. And so we were having a conversation about music earlier. And he's like, you know how you think that my music is just this? And we were talking about, like, what it is. I'm not going to say because, you know, anyways. Do people still do hydraulics? Yeah, I mean, there's definitely still a culture around it, yeah. In fact, I'd argue it's probably more popular than ever with the internet. But I could be wrong. Now, I'm not a part of that culture, but I still see that stuff, yes. Yes, it's very much still around. Every once in a while, they show me a video on my YouTube shorts, and I'm like, I'll watch this car break. No, you know what's new? I mean, it's not like new. I'm sure they did it when we were young too, but just like kind of dumb is the new thing that some of these guys do is they do the slanted wheels where they just like completely butcher their camber on the cars to make them look cool, which they don't even look cool. They look ridiculously stupid, in my opinion. But they butcher the camber and they get their wheels like this, and then they'll like I think it's mostly just for like pictures. I'm not sure. Go lay down. But yeah, it's so crazy. And I every time I see it, I'm just like kind of face palm, like what? Because it all you can think is like that car's gonna break in the next 10 minutes. Like, I see more Asian cars, Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drifters. Yeah, my brother's one of my brother's friends. I don't know if he still does it, but he did like a Lexus engine swap into a drift car, and yeah, he goes to like the track and drifts. It's pretty cool. Professional drifting, if you will. Where is... Okay, you go across here. There's that town. Where is... It's over here, huh? Let's see. No, you can leave the final dungeon whenever you want. However, after Cosmo, you have to fly into Midgar, and Midgar is a one-time enter and exit. In short, there are missable treasures in Midgar. Did you get Sid's weapon? I did. Oh, but the growth is nothing. Why do they do that? That was a bad call, in my opinion. Why would you make their best weapon a nothing weapon? That to me that means it's not their best weapon. Like, how can we call that their best weapon when it doesn't even help you get the magic? Yeah, but I guess my point is that you shouldn't have made the best weapon a weapon that is only for attack and stuff. You should have made the best weapon also a magic weapon. Cool. Is that her final weapon? Probably. You'll most likely be putting mastered materia in it. Yeah, I get it. I'm not saying... I get it. I just don't agree with it. Like, I just don't agree with it. I don't know. Do I ever annoy you guys with how critical I am of certain things in games? I'm not gonna stop, but I'm just asking. Does it frustrate you? I'm not gonna stop being critical of the games. But if it frustrates you, maybe I'll tone it down a little bit. Alright, I think my dog needs to go outside, guys. I'll be right back. Ow. Also, I'm gonna get a coffee. I don't know if I told you guys, but my knee is bumming today, like really, really bad. If the northern lights are still out when I get done with the stream, I might go take a video with my phone, because my phone's got a pretty amazing camera on it. I don't know if I've ever, I'm sure I've said this before, but this is the first time in my life that I've ever had like a really good phone, kind of like almost the best. I'm sure there's better ones now. It's because it's a year old or something. But it's got a really good camera. I should go try to get some pictures of the northern lights as well, or a video like my wife did, because her video was really good. Okay. Missed him here the other day, too cloudy and snowy. Well, I mean, even if I don't get a good video, I'll get hers onto my computer and I'll share it. I'll show you guys. It was really good. You can put out the fire in the cave. You'll most likely be putting master materia in it. I use double and triple gear when grinding. Have you done the one-on-one battles at the pagoda with Yuffie? There is 5 of them, and you get Leviathan. Yes, I got Leviathan. The pagoda is far left in Wutai. Yep, I've done that. Missed him here the other day, too cloudy and snowy. Graveyard, you're in... Where are you at? Are you in Alaska? or am I thinking of someone else? Hey, go on. Go on. Go on. Dude. Michigan. Okay, I was gonna say, isn't the Northern Lights like amazing in Alaska? I can't remember who it is that's in Alaska then. Michigan, Mid-Lower Peninsula. Right on, awesome. I'm a little jelly. I'd like to live by the Great Lakes. I would live in, well, I would probably live in Michigan from things I've heard about it. You go on. Get away from my computer or we're going to have problems. Never mind. I wouldn't live in Michigan. I'm joking, but I'm serious. If I ever move, I won't be moving to a blue state. Because I already live in a blue state, and I don't want to. And if I ever move, I want to move to a state where I don't even have a fear of it becoming a blue state, hopefully. That's why, like, when I was talking about possibly moving a little while ago, we were talking about moving near my brother in Kentucky, somewhere where the idea of that happening is probably slim to none. Governor sucks and I can only golf 6 months out of the year, but... Oh, fake kidnapping Grinch. Yeah, Kentucky, bro. Paul and Massey. Oh, is Paul from there? Is that where they're from? I'm a big Ron Paul guy. I know you're talking about Rand, though, right? Oh, he is. What a W. What a W. I've already said this before. I don't like him as much as his dad, but he's still, I mean, when you compare him to the other people in there, I mean, yeah, right, he's amazing. But much more a fan of his dad. I'm trying to get X potions. Can I still get X potions here? I haven't been paying attention to whether or not I've been getting any when I win these fights. Because this is where I got X potions when I was playing earlier. I'm not sure if I can still get them or not. No items. Yeah, there's an X potion. See? Awesome. It must come from those little bug guys, I think. I wonder if you can steal one from them too. That'd be awesome if you could get more than one per fight. Nothing to steal. If you guys saw the stuff that I Google sometimes when I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, I'm not gonna tell you because it's almost like, I don't know, it's not embarrassing, but it's just like off the wall. I'm like sitting here thinking to myself and I like Google like the most obscure thing ever. So funny. Oh, good. 2x potions. Wow, that's awesome. I can't believe they just make it so easy to get X potions in this game. Hopefully I'll get another 2 right here. W, dude. How many I got? 62? We're grinding it. We're grinding it. We're never even gonna use them all, but we're doing it anyway. You can duplicate items with the W item materia you get in Midgar when you fly in. Right on, but is that something that it's actually supposed to do, or is that something where you're kind of you know, not I'm not gonna say cheating, but anyways, if it's something that it's supposed to do, then I got no problem doing that. But if it's not something that it's supposed to do, I usually try not to do any like advancement or helpful things that are kind of like in the gray area on my first playthrough. I'm more than willing to do them on like my second or third playthrough, and I actually have beat Final Fantasy before, but it's been 20 years, so I'm playing it like it's my first time. I'll look it up on the next battle, whether that's something that's considered a trick or if that's something that you can actually do. Do it, utilize their failings. Okay, so it's a trick. That's my answer. But the thing is, here's the reason why you don't do it. You have to get your guy strong enough to fight weapon anyway. So just go ahead and consider this grinding right here. We're grinding, but we're also getting X potions, and we're getting strong enough to beat the weapons. We don't need to do any of that. Dude, I wish I was Neo. If I was Neo, I would not be playing video games right now. I'm not going to tell you what I would be doing, but I would not be playing video games right now. I would be cleaning up the crap. And I would just like walk right through the front doors too. like I'm freaking Neo, bro. I'm here to clean up the crap. Oh my gosh, I wanted to say something, but X potion. Oh wait, no, I didn't. When I said I had 62, that was high potions. That wasn't X potions. I was brain farting. Dang it. No one even said anything in the chat. No one was like, "Hey, you idiot, you were looking at the wrong one." He's no Ron, but he's the closest. I still watch Ron's farewell speech to Congress often, chilling watching it in 25. I'll have to watch it. I'm sure I've seen it, but it's worth watching again. Does Ron still have his website? I don't. I feel guilty asking that and not knowing. I mean, it's kind of it's interesting to see how they hijacked that whole movement and cartelled it, man. That's something that should be studied in like history classes, in my opinion. bottom right door, past the cats, up the stairs in the village, nothing else in the mountains there. I think I got the treasure up the stairs already. Past the cats. I'm pretty sure. But maybe I didn't. You are Neo bending the rules. It's really useful for in-game grinding magic pots that eat an elixir on every encounter. We are all Neo. Hey, I'm safe in the back row with same damage. Yeah, right? Are you telling me to move you? Let's see, how do I even do that? Order? Wait. Order? Like this? Okay, because he used to have a website that was, let me see if it still exists. Yeah, he still has it, it looks like. The Ron Paul Institute. And the Ron Paul curriculum. I don't know if this is all... Who knows if he still owns this stuff, right? Hopefully he does. Yeah. You would think Ron Paul wouldn't let his name go to other people, but he might. Or maybe he would, like, choose people who he wanted to take it over. Like a sensei. I don't know. You'd hope. You would hope. You would hope that he would vet who he leaves his stuff to. But that doesn't mean you could vet people and they could still do you wrong. Yeah, dude, he actually still writes articles on this website. Like, by his own articles. Like, literally says written by Ron Paul. See, this is why I, too, am flawed. Because I know about this, and yet I asked you guys if it still exists instead of telling you about it, which just shows how flawed I am, because such a great man, like, still sharing his knowledge with people, and I don't even know if it still exists. I'm like, I know this existed at some point. Instead of being like, you guys should go check this out, which is where I should know. I should know and be like, you guys should go check this out. Like, he's still talking. He's still doing this. He's still leading, you know? And meanwhile, here I am like, do you guys know if he still has his website? It's kind of sad. But in my defense, and this is not a great defense, I'm pretty black-pilled at this point. I'm just like, good luck. In fact, Ron Paul not getting in office and getting kind of let me make sure I'm using the word right. Curtailed, yes. So Ron Paul getting curtailed is kind of the beginning of my black pill view, my black pill stance. that nothing can be done. Okay, so let's go check the cats, and then I got something to share with you guys before I get off. Website should still be there. Half physical damage and back. Nice, nice, nice. You should level up Chocobo Lure or Materia while you're doing that. I think my Chocobo Lure is actually maxed out. I believe I've rebirthed a Chocobo Lure. I've focused on that all through the game. So if there is a Chocobo Lure that's on one of my guys and it's not maxed out, I believe that's the rebirthed one. Yeah, I've already done this, haven't I? I'm pretty sure. Yep. Yeah. Okay, so I do got something to share with you guys because I said I was going to share this with you guys like almost a week ago now or something. Let me find it here. It's not game related, so if you can go. You can go. You don't got to stay. I'll be right back. I just got to turn the light on. You can morph Cactuars on Cactuar Island for Tetra Elemental. An armor that absorbs magic damage and converts it to health. That's pretty cool. See, like, that's a gray area I could get behind. Because it's, like, legit part of the game. You're not, like, doing something you're not supposed to be doing necessarily. It's not that I'm completely against these tricks. It's just that it has to be something that, at least for my first playthrough, it has to be something that's legit. Is it it's a tiny island on the bottom left, looks like a desert. Awesome, thank you. Website should still be there. You should level up Chocobo Lure. Okay, so let's see. So we were talking like a week ago, and I was talking about how my father at my church has basically had to escape Russia and come to the United States. And then I was also talking about how the martial arts that I used to do, Chinese Kempo, came to the United States because of Mao taking over China, right? And I said I was going to try to find the history of that so I could share it with you guys because because it's pretty interesting how communism is the reason that a lot of martial arts made it to the United States. I think it's interesting anyway. I don't know if you guys find it interesting, but I think it's interesting. So I found, the one that I found actually doesn't have the full story. Let me see if I can find the full story now that I remember the dude's name. Story of So there's a lot of legend behind this, and you can take it for what you will. But as far as the martial arts end of it, it's actually pretty well documented. But I'll tell you the lore of the whole thing, even though a lot of it is like, people are going to be like, yeah, right. But then I'll also talk about the martial arts part, which is pretty well documented by the martial arts community, okay? So I am going to use just this AI overview, I think, just to make it simple so I don't have to go search for, I thought I had the whole story here on my phone. I thought I had found it, and then now that I'm reading it, it actually is kind of more of a glossing over than I would like. So I found something that's a little more intricate, but nonetheless, it's still going to be a little bit of glossing over, so I forgive me, but let me go ahead and share this with you. Okay, so there was this this Indian monk. His name was Damo, and he was also known as, and I'm gonna mess this up, the Bodhidharma. He was an Indian monk credited with bringing the Zen Buddhism to China around the 5th and 6th century. According to legend, he meditated for 9 years in a cave facing a wall, which resulted in his arms and legs withering from lack of use. A story that inspired the design of the Japanese Daruma doll. The dolls, which have been weighted, rounded base, symbolize perseverance and the ability to stand up after falling, embodying the phrase "fall down 7 times, stand up 8." Okay, so that's just an overview of that. But anyways, born in India, Daruma was a monk who traveled to China to share his Buddhist teachings. Oh, I actually am starting to remember the story. So I don't know if this is going to talk about it, but when he got to China and he was trying to share his Buddhist teachings, he went to like some like emperor and got like rejected by him. Now I really want to find the full story for you guys and not just give you the overview, because it's such a good story. But I'll give you this like AI overview, and I'll give you the martial arts part of it, and then I'll try to find the full story still, because it's a really good story. And now that I'm starting to remember it as I read the overview, I really want to share the full story with you guys. In fact, I kind of feel bad that I didn't find the full story. I thought I had, and then I'm looking at it, and it's actually still kind of a glossing over. So anyways, he is credited with founding the Zen sect of Buddhism. After meeting the Emperor Wu and Ling in China, he was disappointed by the emperor's reaction to his teachings and moved on. He is said to have found a cave near the Shaolin Temple and meditated continuously for 9 years, never speaking and always facing the wall. Now, if I remember right, the actual story is that he tried to go to the temple and they wouldn't let him in. And then he went into the cave and started meditating. He was turned away from the temple when he first tried to go there, I believe. And I can't remember exactly why, but they were like, something to the extent of, like, you're not worthy to come in the temple or something like that. So anyways, his extreme commitment led to the legend that his arms and legs atrophied, inspiring the limbless form of the Daruma doll. Eventually, his dedication impressed the monks, and he was allowed to teach them a story linked to the creation of the Shaolin Kung Fu. So, from there, I'll go into the martial arts aspect of it. So the martial arts that I used to do was Chinese Kempo, okay guys? Kempo, although a Chinese-based style, has a name that the name is of Japanese origin. Ken meaning fist, Po meaning law, so it's fist law. A strong no-nonsense name for a strong no-nonsense art. Born in Hawaii in 1916, James Matosi don't know how to pronounce it, spent years prior to World War II living with his relatives in Japan. There, he learned a system of martial arts founded by Damo, who had been trained at the revered Shaolin Temple in China. Now, I actually believe that the real story of Damo was that he, don't quote me, I could be getting this wrong, and I'll try, like I said, I'll try to find the full story and share that with you guys when I find it. The problem is that these things get watered down over time. I think I actually have it printed out somewhere, like the full story from when my Grandmaster shared it with me. But anyways, I think that he taught them. I think that his body was atrophied, and then when he got there, he started doing exercises to get his body back in shape, and then I think he started teaching them, but don't quote me. Having returned to he was trained at the revered Shaolin Temple in China. Having returned to Hawaii just before the war broke out, Matosi, I think it's Matosi, opened the official self-defense club in 1942, training servicemen and civilians of all ethnic descents to prepare them for a Japanese invasion. One of James Matosi's students was William Chow. Chow had also studied under his martial arts father, who had instilled in him Chinese concepts and principles. From Matosi, he learned fundamental Japanese teachings and philosophies. William Chow's younger brother, Frank, met 16-year-old Hawaiian native Edmund Kaloha Parker. So this might be where people actually know this story, because Parker's pretty popular as far as like the U.S. understanding of all this. In church, Frank Chow was small and thinly built, but Parker had heard of his recent encounter with a large local bully. Frank had easily taken care of his attacker. After seeing Chow's moves and techniques, Ed Parker was hooked. He began to study with Frank Chow. Eventually, Frank had taught Ed everything he knew, so he introduced Parker to his older brother, William. Thus began Ed Parker's true journey into Kempo. Even as Parker began attending Brigham Young University in Utah and left to serve in the U.S. Coast Guard, he remained an intense student of William Chow. Discharged from the military in 1954, Parker returned to Utah to complete his college education. While there, he was asked to perform a Kempo demonstration during halftime of a BYU basketball game. The success of this demonstration, said Parker, launched an entirely new dimension in my life. In a matter of a week, I began teaching commercially in downtown Provo. Graduation from BYU was another crossroads for Parker. He was torn between furthering his education and expanding the world of Kempo karate. In September of 1956, Ed Parker opened his first school in Pasadena, California, changing the heart of American martial arts forever. We in Kempo family are grateful for his decision. But the origination of that was... And a part that's left out of this story is, I believe that after the temple, Damo was in China, and then Mao took over, and then Damo had to leave. It was basically like join the state or get killed or leave. And he went to Japan, basically an exodus, and that is he went to Okinawa, Japan, and then from there, I guess that's probably where this story picks up. That James Matosi met him in Japan and learned from him. I don't know. I thought Damo also went to Hawaii and came to the United States, or at least to Hawaii. Well, I mean, Hawaii is the United States, but maybe it was just Matosi. But anyways, it was an exodus from communism, and I'm not going to go into that whole spiel again because I went into it, a couple weeks ago. But I just wanted to share that story with you guys. I will try to find there's kind of like there's definitely better stories of it than that tell more about it, and I would love to share them with you guys. But it's really interesting to me that so many the a lot of things come to us from people trying to get away from persecution in other places, such as the father of my church, Chinese Kempo, um, and yeah. Like I said, I won't go into what I was kind of how deep I went into it a couple weeks ago, but I sometimes think that we don't know how good we have it, and I also sometimes think that we are trying to make a place that is already great flawed. And if we knew history, we wouldn't be doing that. That's how I'll leave it again. All right. Anyways, tiny island that looks like a desert. Morph does low damage in the hundreds, and you have to make Morph the final attack to change the enemies into items. However, when Morph is equipped to Yuffie's ultimate weapon, using Morph will hit with full attack power. Something fun is you can change the colors in your menu. Awesome. Kaiser ska 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 ska. Thank you, Scully. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate y'all watching. I'll try to find the full story of Tomo because it's a pretty interesting story. I thought I had it. I guess I didn't. I should have checked it. Because when I saw the name Damo, I was like, oh, I found it. And I should have obviously read it and made sure that I had it. I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. That's awesome. That's sweet. So, yeah, I was a... that is awesome, Crisco. That's so cool. I was a brown belt, 3rd degree brown belt in Chinese Kempo. And in the school that I went to, I don't know if this is all Chinese Kempo, but in the school that I went to, 3rd degree brown belt is actually the first brown belt. And then it goes 3, 2, 1. And then in black belt, you start going up to like 10th Dan. You know, some people say there's red sash and all that or whatever. So I was the first belt of brown belt. And I had just been made like an apprentice teacher. And I had just started teaching the kids, which was a whole new responsibility. Like I went from like going to class like once or twice a week to like going to class every single day to help teach the kids. And I liked it, but wow, what a huge responsibility it was. Then we lost our grandmaster. He passed away, and then his sister, her husband was also a grandmaster, but he was a grandmaster in another art form. But he did take over the dojo, and so the dojo continued after my grandmaster passed away, and his sister's husband, who was the grandmaster of the dojo, he just let the senseis that my grandmaster had take over the school, and essentially he was just, you know, the one who gave it a how do you want to say it? Gave it its grandmaster. You know, it needs a grandmaster. Anyways, the dojo eventually had to shut down because of C-19. We just couldn't keep the doors open. There wasn't enough, everyone was scared staying home. There wasn't enough to keep the doors open. And I explained this already, but the dojo never made a lot of money because my grandmaster was it was in a lower income neighborhood, and my grandmaster, the one who passed away, he was very insistent that anyone who wanted to go and have their kids taught should be able to, even in this low income neighborhood. So he never charged as much as he should. He probably charged a quarter of what he could have charged, or even less. So when C-19 hit, that really did the dojo in, because he's not even charging what he really should have been. So yeah, but I think that's awesome that you're a black belt, man. I wish I could have continued in Chinese Kempo. It's one of the saddest moments of my life, to be honest with you. losing my grandmaster and then losing Chinese Kempo is one of the saddest times in my life. And but now my son and I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu together, so that's pretty cool. And we're gonna continue in that. We've kind of been taking a break because I did this whole living room project and stuff, and so we've since I finished the living room project, we've only gone one time, I think, but we're gonna get back to it permanently again. And yeah, I enjoy it, man. I have thought about calling my old senseis and asking them about if they're interested in trying to open up a dojo and get back to Chinese Kempo, and I might do that sometime. And if they are, I might see about see just whatever I can do to help them do it. But I don't know if any of them are even interested, so that dream may be gone. But it was one of the greatest times of my life. My grandmaster was an absolutely amazing person. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. That's all for tonight. I hope that y'all have a great day, and I'll try to be on tomorrow about 8 p.m. Mountain Time. There's like only 3 or 4 of you who stuck with me through all that talking, and I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not, aside from the gaming, it's not for everyone, but I always enjoy having people who I guess shoot the shit with me. Y'all have a good night. I'll catch you tomorrow, hopefully. Peace. Thank you, Scully. Have a good one. Thank you, Crisco. Again, awesome, man. I think that's awesome that you're a black belt in Taekwondo. Martial arts is honestly priceless, especially the discipline that you learn doing martial arts. Alright, guys. Peace.